In the metal squadron today, taking a look at the May silver, which despite today's sell-off, ends with an up week. Today on the low, we went all the way down to 25.47. That was down almost 1.75%. High side today, just over $26. 26.03.5. That was up a little bit more than 0.4%. We finished the day down just over 1%, about 1.10% at about 25.63.5 or so. And as I mentioned, despite the sell-off today, the week finished stronger, up about 2.2% on the week. We are now up 3 of the last 4 weeks and 6 of the last 8 weeks in the May silver futures contract. Now, rising rates, part of the pressure. We didn't see it yesterday because just the belly of the curve was rising, but today it's really across the whole curve that we saw rising rates, and especially on the short end. We actually saw the 2-year go up to 230, highest level since May of 2019, 5-year 258, highest level since March of 2019, and the 10-year 249, also the highest level since May of 2019. When we get higher rates, it usually puts a little bit of pressure, typically I should say, on precious metals because precious metals don't have a yield. So if you get higher rates, cash in a treasury product, for example, is perceived to be risk-free and pays a dividend in the form of a yield. And of course, precious metals, which are a safety asset, don't pay any sort of yield at all. So they kind of compete. And as you get yields rising, sometimes you get precious metals coming under a little bit of pressure, I should say, typically. And then in terms of demand for silver, we're seeing a little bit of pressure in terms of physical demand. There is some physical demand out there. As a matter of fact, last week, the U.S. Mint announced that it would not strike 2022 dated Morgan and Peace silver dollars as it was experiencing difficulty in coming up with an adequate supply of the silver planchets it needs to produce those. So across the market, we're seeing more and more stories about physical shortages of silver as well. But today we finished lower, positive on the week, about 2.2%.